going to talk about why I chose to attend BGU. I attend University of California, Irvine in Southern California, and I'm on a study abroad semester through the University of California Education Abroad program. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I chose to attend BGU through this program. So, this is me on campus. I decided to choose this program because I went on a Jewish youth experience called Taglit, or Birthright, and you have 10 days in Israel, and it's a little taste of what Israel's like. But we spent some time in the desert, and this is me riding a camel on this experience, and I said, you know what, I really like this area, this region, and I would love to come back here. And I'm also very involved with Jewish life on my campus, and we had a BGU representative come to speak at our Hillel, which is called the Jewish Student Union, on many campuses around the United States. And she explained, the overseas student program to us, and I said, I might as well go back. I have this opportunity. And it just happened to work out that the University of California Education Abroad program, or UCEAP, started this program with the OSP at BGU, and I was like, oh, what a great opportunity. So I looked into more so the requirements and logistics, and I had lots of emails, and things started to work out. And one important thing for me while looking into abroad programs were classes that were offered. So I'm at UC Irvine on my third year. I'm spending my third year abroad on study abroad programs, and I chose as my majors at UC Irvine environmental science and anthropology. So that's really important in studying abroad, is fulfilling academic requirements. So the classes that are offered seem to fit with my majors, and that was one important aspect to me for finding a program. And the OSP classes are really great and offer academic requirements to be fulfilled. So I said, well, that's a perfect thing to do. As well, I have an interest in anthropology, and the native people of Israel are called the Bedouin, and they're centrally located in the Negev, which is where Beer-Sheva is located in the Negev, and so is BGU, and so they have a whole department dedicated to Bedouin studies, and that struck my interest, and I said, wow, that's really cool. So I'm going to look into these programs, as well as environmental aspects. BGU is huge on environmental aspects and has another campus called Stable Care that focuses a lot on desert ecology and desert research and environmental aspects in the desert regions, and I have a great interest in this as well. So things just really happened to work out with the courses offered, and so that was a really great opportunity for me and a deciding factor to choose the study abroad program. As well, there's a language requirement that I was really interested in as well. I took Hebrew at my university in Irvine, but I wanted more exposure to this and living in a country speaking Hebrew. So the Ulpan, a Hebrew language intensive program, and cultural immersion was one factor that really interests me in the OSP program at BGU, and as well, another facet that was interesting is that they offered an Arabic Ulpan, which I really stress as a great selling point for this program. The Hebrew aspect is really great because we're immersed within the culture, and learning the language is really important, but you can get by here with English. But I chose this program because the Ulpan is mandatory in a way. Sorry. um, so another reason why I chose the program is the opportunity for hands-on experience. And through the OSP program, they offer many trips. And in this next photo, this is me at Stable Care on the other campus, like I mentioned, that BGU has. And we have many hiking trips and trips all over the country to get immersed within the culture and see this real face of Israel, which is really important because on study abroad programs, it's about getting immersed within the culture of the country that you're in. And so this is another picture from Eilat, which is in the southern region of Israel. And the OSP program is just so great because it helps us to get immersed within the culture, like I said, but also it exposes us to the nuances of Israel. We've had trips to Jerusalem that explain more cultural backgrounds and diversity within religions, and that all are encompassed within Israel. As well, we have trips like the Dead Sea, so you can get your touristy photo, but it allows you to be a tourist but also a student, which is really great. And another aspect which really intrigued me were hands-on experiences of small class sizes, and I heard that there were class field trips. And so this is me with my mystical themes class. We learn about the mystical aspects of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. And we had the opportunity to go to Qumran, which is where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. And as you can see, there's about 8 people in our class, and that's the biggest class size that I'm in. And coming from a university that's full of students, about 30,000, to a program where my biggest class size is 8 students was really refreshing for me because I have more one-on-one experience and with my professors, and the quality of the professionals is amazing. They're knowledgeable and really want you to succeed in their classes and will help you with any questions, and are just top-notch, which is really great. But that aspect of small class sizes and the hands-on experience, like living the history or being exposed to what you're learning about firsthand, was something I really, really wanted in a study abroad program. And the overseas student program really allows that to be fulfilled. As well, I'm in 3 different courses right now. This is the Mystical Themes class. I'm in an environmental course, which helps to fulfill my academic requirements, but it also exposes me to the policy issues of environment, especially here in the Middle East and in Israel and the transboundary region. My colleague or peer, Sippy, did a webinar yesterday, and she mentioned that she was exposed to these new ideas and she hadn't before, and so the academics really helped her to kind of find a way of what she'd like to major in, or at least exposed to new subjects. And so in this class we were able to go and see firsthand what we were learning about. We went to the Beer-Sheva river, which isn't really a river, but we got to see the aspects of pollution that are affecting it, and that was really, really great. And we went to 3 different sites along the river, and to be able to do that is just so neat because like I said, it's first a hands-on experience and first-hand accounts of what's going on in the country. And I'm also taking a Bedouin course. Like I said, I was interested in the Bedouin culture, and my professor's a Bedouin, and it's really refreshing to hear his experience and from a minority sector. It's really refreshing. And we were able to go on a field trip. I have 4 students in that class, and we were just able to go and visit the Bedouin towns in the area and see firsthand again what we're learning about. And so it's very, I don't know the word. I keep saying refreshing because it really is. It's really nice to have these opportunities to live, in a sense, what you're learning about. And like again with the Ulpan, that was something really great because living in Beer-Sheva, I have a different opportunity than if I chose to study at any other university in Israel, because it allowed a longer study abroad experience, because it's about 6 weeks of an intensive language and cultural immersion, which it seemed like it was forever, like about 2 months, because you have so much language and immersion or language classes every day, about 3 hours, but I think it's really useful because some of the students on the program with me didn't know any Hebrew coming. And like I said, I had a little bit of an experience beforehand at my university, but they came and they had no idea of any Hebrew. However, after the 6-week course, they could speak and communicate and ask for things and on the buses, and it was really beautiful to see them blossom in this language experience. And I really like that aspect of having an ulpan and that immersion within the culture as well. Like I said, it allows for a longer study abroad experience. We have some exchange students in our program as well, or on an exchange program, and they only come for 3 months, and within 2 weeks we're going to be finishing up our semester, and for them it seems like it's just flown by. And having that extra 6 weeks of the immersion allows for more interaction with the country and to see more sites and to live the study abroad experience, I guess. So having that aspect is really important, I think. As well, with the OSP program, there and in general at the university is known for a lot of student involvement and volunteering. And this is me volunteering and me and a few other students in the OSP program attend volunteering in Arad, which is the city close by, and we teach English to Sudanese refugees. As well, I also volunteer at an urban garden here in Beer-Sheva, just up the street from the dorms where I'm living right now. And we are building an urban farm, which is really cool because it's starting from scratch, but it's an offset of the Ethiopian community here. And they have their own gardens that this other organizations helped them to build, and it's really nice to be a part of building community within this community of Beer-Sheva. And I think it's so important to volunteer, and I love it, and I'm glad that I have these opportunities. So in a sense, with the academics, I'm only taking 3 classes plus a Hebrew course. However, that allows for some more free time, but there's always something to fill the time with that's fun, or volunteering, or internships as well, which is another attractive feature of looking into study abroad programs. And internships are widely available for anyone, it seems like. And the OSP staff has really helped us, get these internships, and I'm actually doing one within my field of study about sustainability, and it's really great because I'm able to interact outside of the OSP community and interact with the BGU staff and grad students and things like this. As well, when I was looking into study abroad opportunities, I wanted also to have the ability to see the country and to interact with it. And so once again, having that ulpan was really nice because it gave more free time in order to travel, and I did a lot of my traveling before the semester started, because once the semester started, everything just picked up and it got really hectic. So I had lots of opportunities to go hiking and traveling around the country and to see events and things like this that were happening, as well as the OSP program puts on a lot of trips. Like I said, like we've gone to Eilat and Jerusalem and Jaffa, which is near Tel Aviv, and so many other places. But besides that, it allowed for me to travel the country with a few other people and on our own time. And that, I think, is another important aspect of giving a sense of independence as well as freedom as well. It's to see the country and to interact with it on your own. And as as well over holiday breaks, because there are many holidays in the Jewish calendar and in Israel, that I traveled with two of my friends to Jordan and to London. And this is a picture from Jordan in the Dead Sea, and the sun is setting over Israel. And it is so, so beautiful to have that opportunity to travel outside of Israel, because the flights can be really cheap, because Europe and the UK and everything is so close. So coming from the United States, it's a little more expensive to do so. So I took advantage of those opportunities to travel, and I went to Jordan, as you can see here, and I went to London as well. So having those opportunities, I really, really enjoyed the travel opportunity. And once again, the big aspect is immersion within the culture and having the opportunities to come face to face with that immersion in culture. And the only way of doing so is actually getting out there, not just staying at the university, staying in the dorms. Further, the Beer-Sheva is such a great opportunity, because I think I mentioned before, if I would have chosen a different study abroad opportunity, and through the EAP program, the UC EAP program, there are only about 2 universities right now in Israel that are available for students to study abroad on. So I had the opportunity between, I believe it was Hebrew University in Jerusalem and Ben-Gurion University in Beer-Sheva. And so because of my experience on Taglit, the birthright trip, I really enjoyed the desert region and the Negev and Beer-Sheva. So I said, well, with my prior experience, I'd love to come back and study. And so I'm so glad I did, because coming from an American Jewish culture, I guess, and even from America, you have a certain perspective of Israel, and coming to Beer-Sheva, it has allowed me to face my own opinions and reevaluate and really interact with the country and my own opinions about it. And because of the quality of the education that I'm getting here, and the quality of the professors and the staff members and of the OSP program, it's really helped me to become more educated about Israel and the nuances, because not everything is perfect, but the nuances and exposing yourself within the culture is so important, because it really allows you to immerse yourself and to interact with the culture and form your own opinions about it, which is so healthy. And I think if I would have had an opportunity to study, or if I chose the opportunity to study in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, I would have had a different experience, which would have been great too. But I think a lot of, in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, it's very American influenced, and Beer-Sheva has this unique quality of kind of being isolated from that, and more of a genuine aspect of what Israel is, and I think that's so, so important. As well, the staff of the program of OSP are so, so great, because they really care about our well-being on this program, and helped us get our visas, and trip planning is so great. Like I said, my journeys to Jordan and London were very helpful of figuring out, where to go to get a visa, and how to get there, and what flights to take, and etc., as well as hiking. The staff is so knowledgeable about the country itself, and you can rent tents and sleeping bags and etc., and maps, and just go out on a day trip and go and see the country. And so that's so very great. And in terms of classes as well, our academic counselor in a sense, is so very helpful at the beginning of the semester choosing the courses, because it was a little bit hard to figure out, what courses are available and how to make them transfer back to our home universities, and which is very, very helpful. Excuse me. So I'm going to take a few questions now. It looks like there's one here that says, is there financial aid or paid work experience available? Financial aid, there are scholarships. I did receive a scholarship from the OSP program, or the Ginsberg Overseas Program, yeah, which was great, and helped to pay for the dorms that we're living in here. And there's just like a small requirement of writing a thank you letter, I guess, to the people that offer the scholarship. As well as there's other funding to study in Israel. If you're Jewish as well, there's a program called Masa, and I have a scholarship from them as well, that has helped me to study here, as well as my own financial aid from the UCs. As well as for paid work, there sometimes there's small payment of writing blogs for the OSP, which is great. I know some of the students took advantage of that, so that's some extra grocery shopping money. And that's all I know of for now. I'm sure if you wanted to work, there's some things you could work out that way. As well, what is my class schedule like? I have classes, they're about 2 hours or 4 hours, depending. Like one class I have twice a week, and my other courses are 2 hours, and if you have a film class, which is really cool, those are offered this semester. Those are about 4 hours, and students, you just attend the classes, and a lot of the grade is about participation because the class sizes are so small, so you have a really great interaction with your professors and with the material especially. Another question is, was it easy or difficult to get an Israeli visa? For me, it was a little difficult at first because in Los Angeles, the consulate had closed on strike for better pay or something like this, so I went and I couldn't get a visa. So I came here, and everyone who comes gets a traveler's visa for 3 months, which is cool. And then we had to get student visas, and so the staff again was so very helpful with getting visas for the students, and it didn't a problem at all to get it through, and you just pay for your visa and there you go. Another question is there a Hebrew requirement in order to get into the program? No, there is not. You take a test as you apply, and if you don't know any Hebrew, that's totally fine too. There's, like I said, I have a few of the students here on the program did not know any Hebrew when coming to Israel, and they are now speaking so well, interacting with people, asking for things at the grocery, on the buses, etc., etc. So there is no Hebrew requirement to apply to the program. You can learn Hebrew first thing as you come, or even Arabic if you wanted to, which I think is a great opportunity. Another question is, do you travel on the weekends very often? Yes, when I can. This past weekend I just went to Tel Aviv, and my parents came to visit, which was really great, and so I was able to say goodbye to them in Tel Aviv. I've also done other opportunities. I've gone up north, gone hiking on a weekend. It's very, very doable. The country is so small that you can see every aspect of it but not even, because there's so much to see at the same time. Another question is, how has BGU lived up to or exceeded your expectations? Like I said, I don't think it's more so about the expectations I had, but the opinions I had when coming. And through being at BGU and in Beer-Sheva, it has completely changed my opinion of Israel, because I've been able to interact with it, and I think that was the most important aspect, is interacting with the community here, interacting with Israel, seeing Israel, and kind of being immersed within that culture here. One more question says, have you been able to meet many locals, and what are they like? Yes and no. Partially that's my own doing, is because I tend to be with more of the OSP students. I've limited myself in that way, but there are other opportunities that I've put myself out there, and there's these kind of drum circle things that happen every week, and met so many people through that, and you know, they like to practice their English, I practice my Hebrew, and it's very nice to see them, and they're students too, so then I see them on campus, I have a conversation with them, go to coffee with them, what have you, but I tend to keep myself very busy, so so also by my volunteering, I've met locals like in the Ethiopian community and the Sudanese community, and a large population of Russians as well. So I've been able to meet lots of different cultures and lots of different people, which is really cool. And having the opportunity in Beer-Sheva is amazing. How are the residents? I'm thinking this is about the dormitories, and if so, they are very livable. There are 4 rooms within an apartment. You have a shared space in the kitchen, and bathrooms and shower and everything is there. You have a gas stove. I love cooking all my meals, but there's also restaurants in the area, and my peers, Sippy, talked about this in her webinar as well. What's in Beer-Sheva, what can you do, what can you see? And I like my room very homey, so you can see in the background. I brought a lot of my things from home to help me adjust and to make it a very quaint atmosphere for me to be able to interact in. But people, they're very livable. You make it how you like to live. Another question is there a language barrier when you go shopping, to the doctor, etc.? Somewhat yes, especially in Beer-Sheva, but that's part of the experience, I think. I've had to get over this aspect of like not being able to speak Hebrew so well, or being afraid to speak because it's a little bit of a language barrier. But you get in the habit of, once you learn more vocabulary, like, oh, I want this, or like knowing numbers and things like that, there is a little bit of a language barrier, but I think that's part of the experience is getting over yourself and your own timidness of speaking the language or interacting with locals. But for doctor things, that's a little more serious, and so about understanding and not having a language barrier. So once again, the OSP's staff is so considerate about your well-being, and they come with you to the doctor's appointments or whatever if you like them to. But also at the doctor's offices, they do speak pretty good English, so you can get by with that and have no problems and get healed in no time. Another question is, what is the BGU campus like? Is it convenient? Well, where we stay, a lot of the exchange and OSP students stay in the dorms, which are right across the street from the university. And like from the time that I leave in the morning to my class, it's about a 10-minute walk across campus, just as it is on most university campuses. And it's also really convenient where the dorms are located, which are right next to a hospital, right next to the sports center of the university, right next to a bus stop right outside the dorms, as well as a train station, which is really helpful for getting around the country and to where you need to go, which is really, really convenient. So if there's no more questions, I'd like to thank you for attending my webinar. And I hope that some of the things that I said have inspired you to do more research into your own study abroad programs, or possibly coming on this wonderful program. So thank you, and have a good day. Bye.